Today, we're jumping into the early access version of The Altars. But we're not just here to see if it's good. We're here to let you know if it's actually worth your money. In this video, I'll walk you through everything I've learned so far based off the early release and give you my honest take on whether it's worth your time. So let's just jump right into it. Let's first start off with the visuals. The Altars has some seriously impressive visuals. You drop in from a spacecraft. The intro doesn't show much of the crash itself, but the moment you step outside, the world just hits you. The graphics, amazing. The landscape is beautiful, and it really just is a beautiful world that it shows you. In my entire time playing the early release, I didn't run into any single visual bugs, glitches, or rendering issues, and I never looked at anything and thought, that shouldn't look like that. This game honestly had some great graphics. A solid 10 out of 10. Now let's get into the most important part of any game, the story. You crash land on a mysterious planet. You don't know where you are, you don't know what went wrong, and all you know is your crew's missing. As you explore the world, you find the rest of the drop pods. And the first person you stumble on is actually the captain of this mission, who's actually deceased. And you find out that the rest of the crew is dead as well. You're alone, you're stranded, but eventually you find the base that your team was originally sent to build. You manage to contact the corporation that launched the mission, but here's the twist. You call the corporation, and the distress call is answered by an unknown person from the corporation, and you can barely make out his distorted voice due to the signal. But what you do hear is that our main character is in some serious danger due to the sun that is about to destroy the planet you're on. And as you're trying to find out more information about when the sun is going to destroy the planet, the voice disconnects and you can't make out how many days you have remaining. You understand the situation that you're in. You need to find a way off this planet. So you go outside to explore the environment, to try to build up the base, to find some precious materials that can help you build up this base so you can get out of there. But as you're exploring the outside environment, you come across a rare resource called Rapirium. When you call the unknown man again to tell him about your findings, it seems like that's the only thing he's actually concerned about. And then you're told to use this rare, strange material to do something unthinkable. This rare resource is the entire reason this corporation is sending people on these excursions. But what will shock you is what you're able to do with this resource. The corporation that sent you is now asking you to create altars. These are alternate versions of yourself that you can create with this resource, Rapirium. Each altar is a version of you, but they are shaped by different life choices. These differences give them unique skills, such as mechanical, scientist, doctor, a cook, and you need to use their skills to survive on this wasteland of a planet and find a way to escape. Each altar represents a path you could have taken in your life, but you never did. It's a great new look on these interstellar survival games. This is a survival game where you're trying to escape this planet while you're trying to answer all the what ifs you ever had about your own existence that led you down this downward spiral before being sent on this mission. Could one little thing have changed everything that much? And why does everything seem to take you back to the same exact spot on this same ship? Now let's talk about the gameplay. The gameplay honestly was pretty good. I liked how the aspects of me having to go into the ship and I was building it out, kind of like that mobile game, the Fallout mobile game, you know, where like each section does a certain thing in the base. You're kind of building it out. But while you're in the ship, you can move around in like an overhead third person type of view. And there's certain tasks that you do have to complete in this structure. So that part was all right, and I liked the aspect of that, but it did get a little boring after a while. Seems like I was spending a lot of time in that ship than what I really wanted to. I understand why, but just not really my most favorite thing in that. I did like going outside of the ship having to use my time wisely and my character's energy, because he does have to rest to maintain energy, to go out and find these precious resources to come back and build up my base to get more answers and figure out how I'm going to get off this planet. And also, another thing that I was actually really impressed with is the movement of the character. Very, very realistic. If you go forward, you can't just turn backwards on a dime. A lot of games, they let you run forward, come back, no problem. This game, you see your character actually pivot, and he does take some time to actually catch it back up to speed. It's not an instant change, which honestly felt like a breath of fresh air. A game that brings some realism into video games. Pretty cool. And all in all, guys, this game had some great visuals. The gameplay was fun, and the story was actually very intriguing. I actually do want to find out more about this game and see what the corporation's about, see if there's a dark side to it, and really figure out if there's a way that we make our main character have a good life. His life seemed to be going in a downward spiral, and everything seemed going to be going bad for him before he landed here. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better right now. But that's always nice, is a good ending to a story.
So,
To give you guys my final score
man.
on this game, with it being priced at the standard version on Steam and Xbox at $34.99, basically $35. The story, we're not sure exactly how long it's going to take, whether it's going to be a simple 5-hour game, which I don't think it is, or a 25, 48-hour story game that you can throw tons of time in. So I'm not too sure about the value to length of this game. But what I will say is I'm very intrigued of this game. And I'm excited to actually see the final release. June 13th of 2025, we should be expecting this game to be coming out. And honestly, guys, I would give this game a score, but considering there's a lot of story games out there that are $60, brand new, and they don't give you as much detail, I would honestly give this game probably an 8 out of 10. It might just not be some people's style, like the base building survival, but this game is really worth taking a look at, guys. And with that being said, see you guys on the next video. And if you guys have any recommendations for any other games coming out soon, please let me know in the comments. And I'll be releasing video reviews on games that aren't released yet.